Here we are, take two. So, what was the deal with your laptop before? What was that? We were trying to do this, and you're getting some kind of
Right.
audio ticking. What was going on
I
with that?
was not resting it on a soft enough surface, and the vibrations of the hardware were causing the ticking.
Really, it was
Uh,
causing the audio to do that.
yep,
Was it?
exactly. Yeah,
I
yeah.
should design. Should know that's happening.
You'd think like a little soft rubber patch at the bottom of the
Yeah, just to keep things from
top or something.
disconnecting. We used to have trouble with that. I think it was with Enscape because Enscape had heavy GPU requirements, and people would dock their laptops, and it would switch to low power mode and try to go through the onboard GPU. Enscape would crash, and just say, "Oh yeah, are you docking your laptop? Okay,
Hmm.
dock it. Plug the power in directly. See what happens."
It's amazing how those little things matter. You don't think of them at first, but anyway,
How many?
Enscape is
That's what we're
good.
here for.
Yeah, of
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, good morning, Ron, on a Monday. Thanks for doing this again. Thanks for trying again.
course.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure.
I've known you for a while. Yeah, I'll ask you questions that we've talked about. And ask you questions that we haven't, just to keep it interesting, because I want to know the answers.
Okay.
One of them is, how does one make the transition from the Marine Corps and to the environment of architecture?
Uh, it's in in some ways, Phil, it's a difficult transition, but in some ways, it feels very organic. Uh,
Really? What is
yeah,
it? The uncertainty and stress and not being able to sleep?
the
Or is it
uncertainty and
something?
stress, especially the hurry up and wait. Right, that is common in both. Hurry up and wait. Hurry up and
Yeah,
wait.
don't be late. And
And
once you're here,
right,
sit there and yeah.
that planning. If you're going to be successful in architecture and engineering, and war requires a lot of planning, like a lot of planning. They say Marines don't plan, they improvise. That is not the truth at all. They plan so much. If it ain't worth planning, it ain't worth doing.
They're still
Is
pretty good at improvisation though.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You sort of run through the uh, potential issues or potential failures that your plan might have, your weaknesses, and you practice those and you plan for
You
those
practice your weakness.
in a way. Yeah, yeah. Hone your strength, practice your weaknesses. But it is different in that there's this. It's also similar in that there is this esprit de corps uh,
Mm.
in both the Marines and in architecture. I'd like to say in the military in general. There's whenever there's a team, sort of a project, everybody, it's a all for one and one for all attitude. And let's see, I guess what
What do you
isn't
miss
simple.
about it?
What do I miss about it? I miss some of my friends. I miss the simplicity of it all. But I don't know. It's if maybe just because I was younger back then and life is just less complicated when you're young. And
Well, they cook for you, they give you a place to stay.
correct. Yeah, that. Yeah, you do get taken care of, but you also take care of yourself. You also become a real man, right? A real independent at living, surviving. You can mend your own clothes. You can,
Hmm.
press out your uniforms. You can cook for yourself. You become very, very self-sufficient, right? My superpower is that I could sleep anywhere.
Give me
Comfy
5 minutes and
comfy
I'm in a
ground,
nap
standing
mood. I
up.
can sleep like a back of a truck going down a gravel road.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really,
Wow.
really great experience that I oftentimes take for granted until people bring it up, such as yourself. But it's uh, it's just part of me now. It's who I am, and uh, uh, the other nice thing about it is you make these lifelong friends,
Mm.
and the These like minor disagreements don't matter. There are things that are more sacred, more important, and more gravitational to your relationship, such as the time that you spent together, suffering and struggling with the same goal in mind, and nothing else matters. And you start these conversations, and then you continue them. Let's say 3, 4 years later, because life
You just pick right
happened.
back up.
You just pick right back up. Yeah, yeah. And you can't just do that
Okay.
with anybody these days.
I aspired for a while to go on military.
Oh
Just
yeah,
decided, yeah, I don't like to get yelled at, so I'm not going to.
that
My
is a
brother,
part.
after he went in, and he goes, "Oh no, just get your shit done. You don't get yelled at."
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
The
everybody gets yelled at, but like you don't get special yelling.
hmm hmm
Get your shit done. And
yeah, the
but he and
authority, the
his team, that
hierarchy is yeah, gotta have it.
you learn, you learn to
In
show up,
architecture,
and you learn who shows up right away. Like who can you
you
depend on?
do, you do,
Yeah.
you do.
Okay, so you're on point then as we go down the river.
Consider it done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to make sure. Who is it that went past the exit point with Elaine last couple years ago?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Brian. Brian, we got to make sure you take
I heard
point.
that
Make
story.
sure you can direct people off. So.
I heard that story. Uh,
Oh, but it was great. It was
yeah,
great. It's all part of it. Well,
I'm looking
so
really looking forward
go
to
ahead.
that. No, I just said I'm really looking forward to that. By the way,
It's a
the
good way to start the
daily
week.
contact.
Everybody, phone doesn't work. You can take photos with it, and you just
Mhm.
kind of chat about catching up. We thought about doing it at the end of the week, and I think it was Harlan, maybe it was Henry said, "No, no, no. This is important at the beginning. And it gets everyone together, hungry afterwards. Everyone's eating lunch and catching up. Maybe that's it sets the casual for the week.
It's a very appropriate icebreaker.
Right, right. Instead of being in a conference room
Yeah,
thinking about breaking the ice or whatever you do. Yeah, just go somewhere and swim or walk
exactly,
or
exactly,
look.
exactly.
So you've been at HED a while.
Yeah, 8 years, over 8 years now.
Explain, yeah. Explain about that process, what you do. Um, Please give roast our grief because he's not coming because he has present obligations in the fall. And yeah, explain what you do.
Well, I am a practice technology leader at HED, focusing on the mission critical and healthcare sectors. And Rostar, my boss Jason, he is the corporate sort of a practice technology leader, right? So he does all of the things at the corporate level, and then myself and my colleagues handle all of the market sectors. So we are project facing, right? And he is firm wide facing.
Hmm?
That's basically it, Phil. And the day to day responsibilities are to go from daily BIM management, uh, bringing up this young man who I hope will be my replacement one day, Mark, working with my other colleagues to find solutions to this or to that, keeping things moving, uh, as well as uh, this set of firm-wide data, or BIM data rather, that the management, the creation, the sort of scraping of this BIM data to better assist with the uh, overall project stories that we put together, that we tell, that we use for everything that we do, or for a lot of what we do, right? So, be it marketing, be it QA, QC, to help us with our work. And
Is there something about that, this there is a certain stress to be in the project, to deal with all, but is that something you feel that you're aligned with, or where's the alignment? What brought you into that, or what attracts you to that kind of?
The uh, yeah, that level of stress fill is important. It keeps me connected, if you will, with the day to day job, of architects and engineers. I should have also said that I did start out this journey as an architect. I am a licensed architect, and uh, the alignment, right? So we all want similar things to accomplish more with less, to have a magic button for any task that consists of one pushing the same buttons in the same sequence to get the same result. Uh, I suppose there's alignment there, and I think that answers your question.
Yeah, there's an uncertainty that comes with what you do. There's a
Ah,
speed and a time to market. You need to be comfortable with
yeah,
uncertainty.
yeah, 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 and prioritization of sort of everything becomes important and difficult, and it is something that we crowdsource. We don't just make these decisions on our own, but we talk as a team, as a project team, a sector team, a firm about these decisions, right? And that's what the first half of my presentation will be about. As a matter of fact, right? How there are business initiatives uh, that we all align on, right? And we use the technology to enable those, right? Instead of the other way around, just using just isolated, technology experiments, if you will, and seeing what sticks to the wall. That's
Underlying theme,
yeah,
continuity with what you're doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see, as Jason has put it before, sanctioned curiosity. It's a pretty clever phrase,
Yeah,
but
not chasing rainbows.
it's about that. Yes, yes, correct. Yeah,
Yeah, so let's talk about your session. I've got the title of it over here. Really better data, better decisions.
yeah.
Everyone is talking about AI, but many firms are. And is our project data ready? Why is that important?
Uh, I lost you there for, I think, your last couple of sentences, Phil.
Oh, now it's me cutting out. Sorry.
Sorry.
Mm. Building better data for better decisions. Everyone is talking about AI. Many firms are overlooking a more fundamental question. Is our project data ready?
Yes, right. So, uh, what you would like to do with AI, right, is help you, do your work better, and it learns from your data, from your successes, from your failures, and if you give it bad data, it'll make bad decisions. If you give it good data, it'll make good decisions. Uh,
It's like a
so
child. Depends on what you train it on.
go figure. Go figure. Yes, yes. So we have like quite a technologies group at HED now. So not only is there
Mm.
PT, the practice technology team, and the IT and the IT support team, right? But there's also a development and data team. Uh, we have an AI specialist. We have data scientist types uh, that help us do all of this, right? And so we have this, and I'll talk about it in the presentation, but this medallion data structure where it goes from bronze, silver, gold, but the gold data, right, is what gets used to train your AI, or that's what your AI sort of runs on or
Right.
uses, to make the decisions. Not the silver, not the bronze, right? But and there are steps to take bronze data and make it gold, and take silver data and make it gold. Um, the use cases for our AI tools, those also drive what data we pick and choose and work on. Right, again, those have to be business decisions. There's a really sort of a thorough investigation of the use cases. Like, is it really worth it? Is this really something that aligns with our business, or is this just a sort of a rainbow that we want to chase? There's a double diamond process that I'm pretty new on, but it's quite thorough at fact finding and helping you figure out what's important and what isn't. And so we are very uh, strict about what use case we work on, right, and the prioritization process and all of that.
It's a buzzy word, if the AI is buzzy enough. BIM was a buzzy word 20
Yeah.
years ago, 25 years ago. Still just see this, what we're calling AI, just a precedence. It's just a collection of enormous amounts of precedents.
Mhm.
And this idea that you're leveraging your precedent beyond sort of finality of people, because that's normally what happens. Somebody has an enormity of experience, they're leveraged for a set amount of time. At some point, they get a gold watch for your service. Being able to leverage that as long as possible, wrapped around intellectual property, right? So you're using it in a very specific way. Sounds like something wonderful for architecture. We have we don't have a good way of maintaining this precedent. I guess we publish it and we websites around pictures, but not the data. So
Mhm.
if we called AI BIM 3.0, I wonder if people would accept it differently or reject it differently, because it's just like another way of managing it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
you
have
guys
you
seem
had?
to have a process of curating it. So it's not that you're collecting it and using it without judgment. It still requires judgment. It still requires a curated decision.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely does, right? So we only want to spend our time and effort on the things that matter, right? So, or even in the information gathering, like the measure what matters, uh, not what doesn't matter. And
At least in business.
at least in business, yes, at least in business. Um,
You
let's
should do
see.
things that don't matter.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, yeah.
that's what.
Yeah, sometimes you need to have fun too. So,
Yeah, even Marines can have fun. You're not an ex-Marine, right? There's no such thing.
no, 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 no.
So you've
And
been
then,
to, go ahead.
sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I feel like I interrupted you. I apologize, but I was just
No,
going to, since
just
I
enjoying the
was going to say that when you called AI BIM 3.0, I like that because it has BIM in the name and kind of I can connect with it a lot easier.
right. It's a familiar name, so we'll just use it. And then people go, oh, I don't, yeah, it's not objectionable. It's just been 3.0.
It's just BIM 3.0, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, then, and then the other thing is about the quality, like QA QC sort of side of things, right? And how much BIM info is taken for granted,
Mm.
related to that, right? Can really help us do our job so well, um, and help us focus, right? See the bigger picture in our project, in our market sector, in our firm. So there'll be a bit about that in the presentation as well.
Yeah, we tend to, in strict manufacturing, you design it once or design it many times and then build one of them.
Yeah.
Architecture, we tend to build different things. You guys are embracing this concept. So the buildings may be different, but there's an underlying reason that you're making decisions that have reinforced previous good decisions.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Uh, and so, yeah, things like the workflows themselves, the sequence of events, we're trying to replicate as much as possible what has worked before. Uh, you know, and we also question as to why it has worked and try to set up for success. Sort of in that regard as well. And it's all kind of backed up with this information, and a large portion of which is BIM information. Uh, I'm gonna use that BIM 3.0, Phil. That's
Wait,
pretty
wait,
good.
hold on. BIM 3.0. I'm doing a quick search. See if I can grab that URL. Look, you've been to these events. You've been to the leadership event in the
Yes.
past.
Yes.
I think you got to highlight real. When you show up for meetings early, and then that was part of a lot of larger conversation about organizing meetings. And you show up early, everyone can, and then when the meeting starts, you can focus on the mission.
Yeah.
That was a little nudge that I went, I wonder if he's got a military background. And that's when I was like, yep, he sure does. Because you're not focusing on the design or focusing on the BIM or the technology, you're focusing on the mission. From the standpoint of having been to these events in the past, right? Because there's lots of events that people go to. This is probably very dissimilar to them in the sense
Yeah.
that we don't have alcohol. It's not a 5-star.
No.
Surrounded by nature. What is it that resonates? What do you get out of it that exceeds the kind of transaction of?
Well, it's you focus on where I think is the real value these days to these conferences, the interactions with your peers, conversations, presentations, yes, but also after the presentations or before the presentations, or during the meals. Uh, it's like I've heard it referred to as the unplugged sort of version of your typical conference, right? So all of that noise, feedback goes away, and you just left with what's most important. And I appreciate the no alcohol. That's another sort of a
I don't have a problem with alcohol. It's just I thought for a week.
yeah,
I did have one person say, "Could I bring alcohol?" Well, if you can't do with alcohol for a week, that's a different problem.
that's
We just don't have. We don't have the risk. I don't have the risk tolerance. With the lake, with the paddle boards,
yeah,
with somebody saying something that seemed like a funny joke at the time, but then
mm,
it might have offended someone else. I think it just removes a layer of complexity and
sure.
we have good food, so we try to make up for it. On the
Amazing,
other hand,
amazing food. Yeah, amazing food.
yeah,
Yeah,
stir with
yeah.
love. Yeah, Charles is great. I
You will not
appreciate
go
that.
hungry.
No, no, yeah. We always have to ask Charles by about the second day. It's like, Charles, what we're getting before dinner, we're having to tell the newbies to pace themselves.
Yeah,
He just loves it.
he
Look,
loves it.
well, I'm looking forward to seeing you and looking forward to your thoughtful feedback. Combining the technical sessions with leadership bookends to the day will be I think it's an interesting evolution. I see why they were different at the time. Presently we're doing it in the fall, but there's a lot going in the fall now. AU is in the fall. There's other events in the fall. I don't know if we do this in the spring next year. I don't want to go when it's too cold. I like the warm,
Right.
but maybe it's a good way to start the year because that's when Revit rolls out. A lot of software gets released in the spring,
Sure.
so maybe that's a good technical reason, and it sets the tone for
Yeah,
the year. So we'll see.
I think an argument for keeping it in the fall, Phil, is that it is after AU and after a bunch of these conferences.
Barely.
You're right. Yeah,
Maybe they should move AU to the spring. Have that big party right after the software is released, so we can learn how to use it.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, not wait for 6 months because there's money to be saved in
correct.
learning how to use things correctly. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you and coming up on weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Looking forward to it. I've got my.
If you need to arrive early, like I tell everyone, we've got room. People arrive early. They're flying in from overseas. They're flying
Yeah.
in from the West Coast. You're out of Chicago. It's easy for people flying in.
From Detroit. Yeah, but
Oh
it's
no, Detroit. That's right. Jason's in Chicago.
Jason's in Chicago. Yeah. Well, thank you, Phil. Thank you. Yeah, looking forward to it again, and looking forward to contributing this time around, and the lake and the hydrofoil.
Yeah,
And
we'll get you up on the e-foil again. You can do anything. Come on.
I can.
I do want to find out why it takes 5 years to train to be an architect, but it takes 90 days.
That's
Another
yeah,
conversation.
maybe that's something that we can discuss that. Yeah, because these days, well, I just wanted to these days,
If you get
with
the verge,
AI and with these sort of this sort of assistance that you get, do you really need 5 years?
I think you need a lifetime.
Uh,
So
that,
why years?
that's the other argument.
Brother. Thank you so much, Rob.
You
See you in
got it.
5 weeks. Looking forward to it.
See ya. Thank you, Phil.
Take care.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye.